where horror lies.
Georgia here with you, VHS82 apostrophe. It is week 461 here at BodyBags, and I am your regular Wednesday evening host. And this week, again, just trying to get out ahead, get some of these things done because August is so busy for me. If I remember right, this is the week that leads up to theme week, so it is a random week, and so this has only been done once before. I was getting ready for a review of the latest Space 1999 episode, which is Alpha Child. That will be on my channel. There's a plot, part of the plot in there got me to thinking about Mario Bava's 1965 Planet of the Vampires, or maybe the best release title they could have chosen was maybe Haunted Planet. I think that would have worked brilliantly. But this is the MGM Midnight Movies. Yeah, Midnight Movies release DVD. I do know Kino has a nice Blu-ray of this thing for only like $20. It is up on Amazon Prime though, for free if you have Amazon Prime. If you've never ever checked out Mario Bava's Planet of the Vampires from 1965, you really are missing on one of the more influential films of the 60s that would have a huge bearing on, say, the likes of Ridley Scott's Alien in '79. But even as I sort of stumbled into, I think there is a bit of influence on Alpha Child, which was year one episode from Space 1999, in terms of, when those at Moonbase Alpha, when they run into this alien race that have fled from their planet, and they're basically, for good reasons, it is an extremely authoritarianized society, and they're really just trying to look for a place where they can live at peace, but they're unafraid of taking over Moonbase Alpha and its occupants, even if it means them dying to allow them to do it. And so it got me to thinking about, towards the end here in Planet of the Vampires, about the conversation that ensues about the reasons why this very old alien entity who has been sort of trapped in this world, this really eerie gothic world that you'll explore quite a bit here in Planet of the Vampires. They're looking to get off, man, at any cost, and it doesn't matter if they destroy another race in the process. They just want to get off, and they want they're facing extinction, and they want to get off. So anyways, basically you get two ships, the Argus and the Galliot, are heading towards a planet out in the middle of the galaxy somewhere, universe, following a distress signal. As they approach, the Argus will have problems, nearly crash lands, although they will land perfectly. The other ship is lost somewhere on the planet, and so when they come to, it's a bit of a rocky entrance way, and some sort of force, alien entity force, sort of seemingly takes over those on the ship. When they come to, they'll fight each other a little bit, not knowing what's going on. And then when they finally come to their senses, albeit Barry Sullivan's Captain Markery, Mark short, they'll when they come to their senses, he gains control over the situation. Then they'll go off onto the planet, surface of the planet, and look for their lost ship. When they do find it, they'll basically find everyone dead. They'll bury as many as they can. Other bodies will disappear, and suddenly they're faced with this enigma. No pun intended, since I got to review that on my Italian series. There is an enigma of sorts. They don't know what's going on, and the Argus unfortunately has incurred a lot of damage. It needs to get fixed, and so they finally, really, what they do is they find themselves on a hostile, very, very, very creepy planet. But they're sort of being taken over by this old alien entity that is looking to get off this world at any cost. And so one of the great moments in this film, though, is when the bodies that they have buried and their markers fall and the bodies rise like some really awesome zombie movie. They're not zombies per se, but they're sort of the dead come to life. And, you know, so you have just a lot of really atmospheric, creepy vibe going on here. There is a derelict craft that they will stumble upon that is eerily similar to the derelict craft in Alien. It's shocking that Ridley and Dan O'Bannon both say they've never seen Planet of the Vampire. I find that really hard to believe. And I don't know why on earth, obviously nobody wants to be seen as cheating their way to success. But I mean, with the likes of H.R. Geiger and everything involved in that movie and how great that movie was, why would you not want to tip the hat to the great Mario Bava? I just find it hard to believe. And I love Ridley. I love Alien. But there are so many aspects of this movie that cross over. To really believe them when they say they never saw it, I find it really hard to believe. So there'll come a point where there's a fight for survival, and Captain Mark and Sonia, played by Norma Bengell, they will, and Wes is another character here. They'll eventually have to go to the other ship, sneak their way on, and destroy or steal what is God, what is it called? It's like it's a meteor deflector gizmo in the ship that basically deflects all the meteors away. And without it, you can't get very far before your ship is blown to smithereens by space debris. They'll take it as a means of just trying to get secure their exit off the planet while leaving this alien race there. And so, you know, you have a lot. I mean, you've got this, you know, Bava is sort of in between two worlds. You know, he's still hanging on to the old Gothic stuff, and so the pace is pretty slow. But man, the work on creating this world for, I think it was only $200,000, which is just insane. The amount of money that they only had at their disposal, and what they created is nothing short of just remarkable. In fact, if this thing ever gets put on 4K, I will jump from DVD to 4K, because I think this movie would look absolutely beautiful. The set design in terms of the interiors of the ships are so far ahead of themselves. The suits that they wear, you know, I think Prometheus took a huge, you know, from that movie, because the suits in Prometheus look really uncannily like the suits in Planet of the Vampires. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I think it's a sleek design. I think it looks freaking awesome. I think it looks awesome in Planet of the Vampires, and I think it looks awesome in Prometheus. Just the eeriness, the atmosphere, not enough fog machines, man. I mean, there are plenty. Just the smokiness, fogginess of this world, the colors Bava uses. It's just, he just really does create quite a place. The derelict craft, when they come across, it is, in fact, I think the alien race that fell to this much older race, but they weren't able to get off the planet, so they basically died there. And that is the ship that they run across. And so it really does just become a fight for survival and an attempt to just try to get on the Argus and get off that world at all costs, without allowing this alien entity to leave world with them. So interesting, and a very, very interesting conclusion to the film, I might add, for anyone worth, or anyone who is up to just following this thing to the very end. I'm not going to spoil it. It is gratifying. There's a bit of I call it a twist or whatever. I don't know if it's really a twist, but what unfolds in the final seconds of the movie is nothing short of brilliant. I think it was an awesome way to end the film on, and such an influencer Bava was, whether it's Bay of Blood and Friday the 13th or Planet of the Vampires. Now remember, back in '61, Margaretti had just did Battle of the Worlds, is it? So Margaretti had already got in there, and so Bava decided to put his foot into the sci-fi horror waters. This is his only effort. He'll go on to other things after this, but I think it's a brilliant effort, and it's a brilliant piece of work by the godfather of all that was good in Italy. And really, if it's not for Mario Bava, and some other things that will happen, we'll never have the years that I grew up with, the years of Italian cinema that ranged from 79 to 94, that it was such an absolutely insane amount of gore and just really awesome. I mean, Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy, I mean, clearly you got to go back to Mario Bava, and of course his son Lamberto, and what he was, what he had given also too is quite remarkable. Maybe not quite on the level of his dad. Then again, his dad's shoes were pretty big fill, and I thought Lamberto did a pretty decent job of doing just that. Not sure what else to say about this. Without spoiling the end or anything, it is an Italian-Spanish production, although American, what is it? American International Pictures will release it here stateside. And so they'll put money into it. Spain doesn't actually put a whole, actually, I think, I read conflicting things. It is listed as an Italian-Spanish production, although American International Pictures would distribute it over here. And so it's just it's a fantastic sci-fi horror that really does look forward to ahead to the dead coming up out of the ground, and just this is I don't know what else to say. I absolutely love this movie. The slowness of the pace doesn't bother me at all. It's just it's a neat world to inhabit for a while, and I'm not going to say it's H.R. Giger-esque by any stretch of this imagination. What he did and conjured up was nothing short of genius as well. But Bava, in his own way, opened up the segue, or the opportunity for much greater things to even come. And I think H.R. Giger's influence on Ridley and Alien is nothing short of just, it's in my top 5 of one of the greatest movies ever made. But would we have Alien if it wasn't for Bava's Planet of the Vampires? Well, probably, but maybe not quite the same as we do. I don't know. Just a conversation. But anyways, there's that in IMDb as a little thing, connections. I did, out of curiosity, I never click on it, but out of curiosity, I did click on it for Planet of the Vampires just to see what would come up. I was hoping Space 1999 would come up. And it's funny, it did, but not the episode that I was just working on to review. Alpha Child Breakaway, for some strange reason, came up. This really has a strong tie to Alpha Child. And so if you ever have the means of checking that out, it's an interesting connection. Anyways, we always leave these things off with Go Bills.